Okay, so if you're trying to navigate life today, chances are you feel like you're wading through just noise.
Right. Oh, absolutely. It's this constant barrage.
Yeah, social media feeds, the news cycle never stops, and you're always seeing someone else's highlight reel and comparing. It's a lot.
It really is. And the voice that gets lost in all that static, it's usually our own.
Exactly. It feels like we're more connected than ever, but also maybe more disconnected from ourselves.
That's the paradox, isn't it? Tons of information coming at us, but not much clarity within us.
So that's what we're diving into today. We're looking at Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk.
Huh?
And let's be clear, the goal isn't to convince you to, shave your head and join a monastery.
Yeah, no, not at all.
It's much more practical.
Yeah.
How can we take this ancient wisdom, this focus on clarity and purpose, and actually use it, like right now in our busy lives, to change how we think, how we act?
Right. Our mission here is to pull out the really actionable stuff Shetty talks about, the techniques, the mental shifts. We're looking for those pathways to discipline and, well, finding that inner compass he describes.
Okay, so let's start with this core idea, the monkey mind. Shetty uses this term. What exactly is he getting at?
Well, it's that feeling most of us know, right? Your mind is just restless. It jumps from worry to distraction to another thought, then back again. Never really settles.
I'm like a monkey swinging from branch to branch. Yeah, I get that. It feels like the default mode sometimes.
It is the default for the untrained mind, according to this philosophy, and the whole point is shifting towards the monk mind, which is calm, clear, centered. But the key thing Shetty emphasizes is that monks see the mind as, well, like a muscle.
Okay, not just something that is, but something you train.
Exactly, like an athlete trains their body. Achieving that monk mind state isn't magic, it's the result of consistent mental practice.
So it's work. It's intentional. And the first step, he says, is just awareness, noticing the chaos.
Yeah, just noticing the thoughts first. Not fighting them, not judging them, just observing. Like, oh, there's that worry again, or, my mind just jumped over there.
Okay, so you notice the monkey, but it's still chattering away. What's next? How do you get control?
Well, that observation is the beginning of control. You start to realize you are not your thoughts, you're the observer of the thoughts. That separation is crucial. It leads to that core idea, he repeats. When you learn to control your mind, you can control your life.
And this ties into detachment, doesn't it? Learning to sort of step back from all the external noise.
Stepping back from the noise, the comparisons the monkey mind loves, and importantly, the ego's demands.
Detachment sounds a little cold, though, like not caring.
That's a common misconception. It's not about not caring. It's about training yourself to see the stimulus, like that annoying email or someone's perfect Instagram post, and consciously deciding not to let it hijack your internal state.
Ah, okay, so it's choosing your response rather than just reacting automatically.
Precisely. That conscious choice is the monk mind in action, even if it's just for a moment.
Okay, detaching from the outside world is one thing, but then there's the internal noise,
Right.
the negativity we generate ourselves. Shetty has that line, you become what you consume.
Right. And that's not just about news or social media. It's about the mental diet. What thoughts are you chewing on all day? Gossip, envy, self-criticism, if that's what you're consuming internally.
The reality starts to reflect it. Makes sense. So how do we clean that up? Is there a practical method?
Yes, and this is really central. He talks about the spot, stop, swap method. It's a technique monks use to interrupt those automatic negative thought loops.
Spot, stop, swap. Okay, break that down. How does it work in practice? Because stop reacting sounds simple, but when you're feeling that envy or anger,
It's definitely not easy, but it's trainable. Let's use that social comparison example. You're scrolling, you see someone's success, and boom, the thought hits. Why not me? I'm falling behind.
okay, yeah.
So first, spot. You just recognize it. There's that comparison thought. It feels negative. You label it.
Got it. Just identifying it.
Second, stop. This is key. You consciously interrupt the momentum. Don't follow the thought down the rabbit hole. Just pause, take a breath, refuse to fuel it.
Okay, like hitting the brakes mentally.
Exactly. And third, swap. You consciously replace that negative thought with something constructive. Maybe gratitude, I'm grateful for the effort I put in today, or empathy, Good for them. That's great they achieved that.
So you're actively redirecting the mental energy.
You are, and doing this consistently, even if it feels forced at first, starts to literally rewire those negative pathways. It's mental hygiene.
That's a powerful tool. But cleaning up thoughts is only part of it, right? He also talks about getting clear on our values, asking, am I living by my rules or someone else's?
Huge point. Because if your values aren't clear, even achieving success can feel hollow. You might be climbing a ladder, but maybe it's leaning against the wrong wall.
So how do we figure that out? Our true values.
Shetty offers 3 diagnostic questions. First, what are my values? Like, what truly matters to me? Honesty, compassion, creativity, growth.
Okay, identifying them.
Second, are they based on fear or love? This one's tricky.
Yeah, how do you tell the difference? Like, wanting financial security, is that fear of poverty or love for providing stability? They can look similar.
That's where the self-reflection comes in. Fear-based values often feel rigid, anxious, and need external validation, like trying to prove something. Love-based values tend to feel more expansive, flexible, focused on improvement or contribution.
Okay. Prove versus improve. Interesting distinction.
And the third question helps clarify. What would I do if no one judged me? If your motivation or action changes drastically depending on who's watching, probably fear-driven. If it stays consistent, it's more likely rooted in a genuine love-based value.
Because fear relies on judgment, but love operates from a place of inner conviction.
You got it. Without that compass of clear values, you're just drifting.
So once we've done some of that internal cleaning, spotting negativity, clarifying values, the next step seems to be about direction, filling the space with purpose. This is where dharma comes in.
Exactly. Dharma, the Sanskrit word, essentially means your true calling, your unique purpose in the world.
Sounds kind of lofty, maybe intimidating.
It can sound that way, but Shetty makes it really practical. He boils it down to a formula, essentially. Dharma is found when you use your passion in service to others.
Okay, passion plus service, not just what you love, but how it helps others.
Right. It has to have that element of contribution to elevate it beyond just a hobby or a job. It connects your internal drive to the external world meaningfully.
And he has questions for this too, right? To help find that alignment.
Yep. 3 key alignment questions. First, what am I good at? What are your natural skills, your strengths?
Okay, skills.
Second, what do I love doing? What genuinely excites you, makes you feel alive? That's your passion.
Passion, got it.
And the third, crucial one, how can I use those skills and passions to serve others? How can you contribute, make a difference, even in a small way?
That's the service piece again. But what if someone feels passionate, maybe knows their skills, but feels, I don't know, not ready to serve? Like they're not expert enough.
That's a really common block. The key is realizing service doesn't have to be some grand gesture. It starts small. Listening better to a friend, sharing something you learned, offering a skill you do have, even if it feels minor.
So don't wait for perfection, just start contributing where you can.
Exactly. Alignment is a direction, not a destination you arrive at instantly. But when you start moving towards that intersection, skills, passion, service, Shetty argues that's where you find real energy. Purpose gives you fuel for the morning and peace at night.
Because you know why you're doing what you're doing.
Precisely.
Knowing your dharma is one thing, but actually living it day to day requires discipline. And discipline often gets a bad rap, right? Like it's punishment.
It does, but the monk mindset flips that completely. Discipline isn't punishment, it's actually freedom. Freedom from the chaos of winging it, freedom from being pulled around by moods or external demands.
Okay, freedom through structure. I like that. How do monks build that consistency?
Through routine. Deep, intentional routine. And Shetty suggests a simplified version we can adopt called the 3S routine. It's designed to anchor your day before the world rushes in.
3S. Okay, what are they? And, realistically, how does someone with kids or a crazy commute actually do this?
That's the important part. It's about intention, not necessarily huge blocks of time. The first S is silence.
Silence, like literal quiet.
Yeah, starting the day deliberately without noise. So resisting the urge to grab your phone first thing, check emails, turn on the TV. Even just 5 minutes of quiet, maybe just sitting with a glass of water before the household wakes up.
Just consciously choosing not to let the outside world set the tone immediately.
Exactly. Prioritizing your internal state first. The second S is stillness.
Meditation. Prayer.
It could be. Or simply some conscious breathing. Again, it doesn't have to be an hour-long meditation session. It's the act of trying to quiet the mental chatter, even for a few moments. 5 deep breaths count. It's about practicing that stillness muscle.
Okay. Silence, stillness, and the third S.
Service. Committing to one small, intentional act of kindness or contribution each day. It could be sending an encouraging text, holding the door with presence, really listening to someone. It connects you back to your Dharma daily.
Silence, stillness, service. It sounds simple, but doing it consistently.
That's where the transformation happens. When you practice this kind of routine, you start to realize something powerful. You don't need to find motivation externally nearly as much. You learn to generate it internally through that discipline.
You build your own engine, basically.
That's a great way to put it. Now, even with purpose and routine, there's still this internal battleground. Shetty talks a lot about the ego.
Ah, the ego, always lurking. How does he frame that?
He draws this really clear contrast. Ego versus love. Ego always wants to prove it's right, prove it's worthy, prove it's better. Love, on the other hand, wants to improve itself, situations, others.
Prove versus improve. Okay, so ego asks, am I right? And love, or maybe wisdom, asks,
What can I learn here? Even from disagreement or criticism.
but how do you know which voice is talking in the moment? Like, if you feel strongly about something, is it ego demanding validation, or is it genuine conviction?
The telltale sign is often defensiveness. If criticism or failure makes you instantly angry, shut down, or desperate to justify yourself, that's usually the ego flaring up.
Okay, that reaction is the clue.
Right. True confidence, the kind that comes from clarity and monk mind thinking, is quieter. It doesn't need to shout. It embraces humility. Shetty has that great reminder, don't let success get to your head or failure get to your heart.
So failure is just information, not an indictment of your worth.
Exactly. It's data for improvement, which aligns with love, not proof, which ego demands.
And this relates to relationships too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's where ego and attachment can really cause problems.
Absolutely. He argues that many relationships struggle not because of a lack of love, but because of destructive attachment. Expecting someone else to complete you, needing them to act a certain way to make you feel okay.
Trying to possess them, basically.
Yeah, using them to fill an internal void. But the monk mind view is different. Love is appreciation, not possession. It thrives in freedom, not control. Detaching from outcomes and rigid expectations allows you to actually be present with people.
Appreciate them for who they are, not who you need them to be.
Exactly. And all of this managing ego, detaching healthily, it really culminates in gratitude. Monks cultivate joy by needing less, by appreciating more of what's already here.
Gratitude as the antidote to scarcity and comparison.
It truly is. He suggests just starting the day by naming one thing you're genuinely grateful for. That simple act can shift your whole mindset from lack to abundance right from the start. Hashtag tag outro. So when we boil it all down, the wisdom here isn't about isolating yourself on a mountaintop. It's actually the opposite. You cultivate that inner clarity, that monk mind, so you can return to the world and engage more meaningfully, more compassionately.
To serve better, essentially.
Right. And a huge part of that is accepting impermanence. Realizing that nothing, external status, stuff, even comfort, is truly permanent or fully ours. When you internalize that, fear loses a lot of its power.
Because you're less attached to things staying the same.
Exactly.
So you really don't need to live in a monastery. You just need to practice silencing the noise often enough to hear yourself. It starts with those small acts of discipline, the silence, the stillness, the spot-stop swap.
It does, and that discipline ultimately creates freedom. Now, here's a final, maybe provocative thought Shetty leaves us with. Monks often meditate on death.
Sounds a bit morbid.
It's not meant to be. It's used as the ultimate motivator, a reminder that life is finite, so live it fully now. It pushes you to ask, how should life be measured? Not by wealth or followers, he suggests, but by the love you gave, the service you offered.
Wow, that's a powerful lens. Measuring life by love and service.
It is. So the challenge for all of us, maybe just for today or even this next hour, is to take a breath, detach from the immediate chaos for a second, and ask, what will my measure be right now?
That's where the journey starts, finding that clarity one conscious moment at a time.